Previously on Orca Rebuild.
Alright guys, that'll do it for this week's video. Part 2 will be next week. What next week's video will consist of is I'm going to finish taking down all these wires and everything. We'll have to undo everything up top, on top of the cabin roof, to be able to get all these out and everything. That way I just don't jerk them out and destroy something. And then it will also, next week's video will also consist of taking the gauges and everything else out. And also cleaning up this mess that I've made that's down here at my feet that you can't see. Okay, so today we're going to finish up taking this wiring out. We're going to take the gauges right here off and all this other stuff. And that'll be the part 2 of this video. Okay, so now that we got the wiring out of here, except for some of these few little strands and stuff, and that's things that are on top of the wheelhouse that I'm going to have to take off. Got all the wiring out of here. You just saw me walk back to where the stern light would have been. And I took the wiring out. It was ran up under here. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go down below and we're going to start taking all this off. Alright, so what we're going to do right here is we're going to take this box off so that we can get to the gauges behind here, is what we're going to do now. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this. We're just going to wing it. Okay, discovery. This right here is bronze or copper piping. Now, why is that? That gauge and this one right here has it too. This one and this one. Those, if memory serves, and we're going to look to be sure. That is your gear oil pressure. And your engine oil pressure. So, with that in mind, these are going to have to be taken off very carefully. Because these are going to be reused. Not the piping, but the gauges. So, in order to do that, take out some channel locks here. We're going to adjust them. Almost fell. And take them off very carefully. Okay, that's one. Okay, those are free now. So, I'm free to take off the rest of these gauges. This one is a big cable, and I'm just going to go ahead and detach that. I have to adjust this again. Turn that, and this will come free. And that just pulls out like that. So now I'm completely free to take the rest of this off now. So let's hop into that. Alright, so now we're going to try to get this one right here out, and that one. Okay, we got that one off. And this actually unscrews. If I remember right. Shit. This is the fuel gauge, and it wasn't grounded anyway, so probably not even gonna bother with grounding it. However, let's see if we can get this off. Okay, that's loosened. But now, let's take this off. Okay, now, that's all. Flip this so I can see it. Alright, there we go. So here's the backing of it right here. And here's the front. I'm going to take this and go around the edge of it. It might be sticking because of the paint. It is a strong possibility. You've seen me do this with other things before. We'll slightly reposition the camera here so that's out of my way. Some of you are probably wondering, what is a fireboy? What a fireboy is if the engine catches fire, this will spray it automatically. So we have to be careful taking this out. It's not hooked up, but we still have to be careful while doing this. Okay, I gotta get a bit, because of course I do. Okay, that is in fact an actual cable, but what I'm going to do is, it's threaded on there. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to hold it in place. Or I thought it was. Yeah, it's threaded. Being left-handed does have its advantages. Woo, don't do that. Oh dear Lord. Pretty sure that just fastened back on there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it a day. I just set off the goddamn fire extinguisher. So, as you can see, it is all taken out. And I managed to set off the fire extinguisher down below. You know what? We're gonna look at that real quick. Alright, there's no foamy white stuff down there. I think what happened was the fire extinguisher is just so old that it was just the pressure that was built up inside of it, and that's what whooshed out, and there might have been some mist from the fire extinguisher. But I think that was it. So with that happening, we're going to call it a night. We're going to call it a day. That's going to be the end of this video. And we'll see you in the next one.
Ready? Got that chumman again with you.
Let Hooper take a turn.
Hooper drives the boat, Chief.
Slow ahead. I can go slow ahead. Come on down and chunk some of this shit.